That might be our first standing ovation at a luncheon. Thank you, Jeanette, for sharing your truth and your personal story of triumph with such honesty, passion, class, and humor. Thank you. Good afternoon to an amazing crowd of 900 friends strong. I am Karlene Grabner, Executive Director of the Women's Fund, and I ask for a minute of your time so that we can take a walk down memory lane. Listen to this. 1998, the year Britney Spears hit #1 with that song. 1998, the year the Titanic became the highest grossing movie of all time. 1998, the year sports enthusiasts in Wisconsin celebrated like crazy as the Green Bay Packers made back-to-back Super Bowl appearances. And in 1998, minimum wage was $5.15. Finally, 1998 was the same year something else extraordinary was happening. The Women's Fund of the Oshkosh Area Community Foundation was being formed. With vision and dreaming with their eyes wide open, the fund started with 100% volunteers and remained that way for years to come. Little by little, a $5 gift, a $100 gift, a $100,000 will was gifted to support the mission of supporting women and their families. And today, 20 years later, we've granted nearly $2 million to this community. Our founders, or how I kindly refer to them as our mamas, knew there was an undeniable connection between poverty, low self-esteem, inadequate health care, job access, domestic violence, and being a female. When these gender issues are better funded, women and their entire communities will thrive. Their vision to invest in organizations that work towards solving an array of problems is what will cause social change. The Women's Fund is investing in organizations that address vital needs while creating long-term solutions. Today, as we continue the great work of our founders, we are aware that together with our agencies, there is a need to continue to drive our mission forward. In all honesty, we can create and financially fund all the safe places for our youth to be during the day. But if a child goes home at night to a mother who is abused, the cycle may repeat and the child will not rise. When a child is learning to read but goes home at night to a mother who cannot read higher than a 3rd grade level, the cycle of generational poverty may repeat, and again, that child will not rise. Now, we all know the stories of the children that have overcome all obstacles. We've heard a phenomenal one today, but what about the ones who have not? This is why we have a Women's Fund, and why every dollar matters in the work that we do. Every will you entrust to us, every gift, and every hour. When talking with philanthropists on what they want to see and feel when they are a part of giving, they want to see the faces and they want to hear the stories. We have over 2 decades of stories. Here's just a super small glimpse. Some of the early faces started in the year 2000 when we began funding the Girls Fit Right program, now known as Smart Girls, with the Boys and Girls Club. Smart Girls is a safe, comfortable environment for girls to discuss health, social, and other issues that are unique to them, and then build the necessary skills to avoid unhealthy influences. In talking with the Boys and Girls Club, over the past 15 years, we have helped close to 1,000 girls. That is impact. The faces of the Tri-County Dental Bus that our board did a 5-figure discretionary grant to support mothers and their families with their dental care needs. We understand the ripple effect of poor hygiene on mothers and their children, both aesthetically and for their health. 4,915 children in Winnebago County since 2012 have gone in and out of those bus doors. That is impact. The faces of growing Oshkosh, where women and families in the at-risk population are educated on programs teaching health, wellness, nutrition, gardening, urban farming, and food handling. That is impact. And finally, the faces of one of my all-time absolute favorite grants, Teach Me How to Techie, or how the program is now known, Senior Connects, which was an idea from a team of our volunteers working on a way to combat isolation, where inner generations collide and high schoolers share their knowledge of technology with community seniors. Over 364 seniors from the Oshkosh Senior Center and 234 high schoolers have come together to fine-tune their technology skills using phones, Facebook, Skype, you name it. And they have formed generational bonds along the way. That is impact. In addition to the individual grants we provide to our community each year, we've also taken on initiatives like you've heard today. We started with the Power of 10. We focused a long time on isolation. Now we're trying to tackle some issues with middle school girls, and here is where we're headed next. Our board of directors took a long look at where we've granted to over the past 20 years, and you couple that with the numbers of the most recent status report of women in Northeast Wisconsin. One of the areas that was of concern to us was women living in poverty is 59%. When you dial that down even further, 22% of those women living in poverty are single mothers. When our board looked at this and studied the grants we've given, we decided to make a bold decision and try a different approach. Many times we're doing a lot of big grants and affecting a lot of people. This time, we wanted to see if we dialed in to attacking generational poverty, what would happen. And to this, we wanted to start one family at a time. With this focus came Rise 2.0, a partnership with our friends at Evergreen and the Christine Ann Center, where we're gonna take an extremely intentional and deliberate approach for 3 years to see what kind of impact we can make, one family at a time. If we work with these mothers weekly on programming about budgeting, parenting, job skills, and education, and if we provide the financial resources to alleviate some of their barriers, like transportation, daycare, testing, certification, and schooling, could we take on generational poverty and stop the cycle from repeating? We started with our first family 4 months ago, and there already have been a few learning experiences. As a great leader says, we're building this one while it's in flight and learning along the way. We started with one family, and soon we hope to have 2. In the future, who knows? We hope to have a complex that is agency supported who are working directly with our single mothers to reduce generational poverty. So, when you entrust us with a gift, a pledge for a will in the future, we promise that together we will work to tackle these issues, and we will constantly challenge ourselves on how to keep doing it better. Again, a huge thank you, Kathy, to your team and Community First Credit Union for supporting us all these years and all the amazing things you do in our community and others. We just can't say thank you enough. To the J.J. Keller Foundation for supporting our work, especially with the Girls Granting Group, and understanding the importance of teaching our youth philanthropy, and then providing us with the starting dollars to kick off today's campaign. Thank you. It takes a lot to put an event like this on, so I need to do just a couple quick shout outs. To Christy and the Best Western team here, they are amazing. You guys rock. To Cammie Rapson, who emceed again today, thank you for joining us again in Oshkosh. To the amazing group of volunteers who I get the pleasure of working with year-round, your dedication is absolutely unbelievable. And I want to do a shout out to Katie and Ann from the foundation team. Thanks for fine-tooth combing every detail the last week or 2 or 3, 4. Okay, a quick few housekeeping items. The purse raffle was selected, so the winning numbers will be flashed on the screen as soon as I conclude. A generous donor has granted us the dollars to purchase 2 books at everybody's table. At each table, 2 donation envelopes have stickers on them. If you have a sticker, please take one of the books home with you. Jeanette has graciously agreed to stay after the lunch today to do some signing. So if you want her to sign your book, bring that along with you. You guys, the sponsors all have signed books already. Now everybody's like losing. Now I gotta bring everybody back. Everybody's excited about the books. There are different copies of the books on the table. Okay, so my friends, now I gotta get their attention back. Everybody's crazy about your books. Last but not least, I wanna thank each of you for investing in today and giving your time to be in this room to hear our message. You know, there's an old saying, if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for the day. Well, In the world of women's funds, the saying goes a little like this: if you give a woman a fish, she'll feed her family first and probably go hungry. If you teach a woman to fish, she'll feed her family until outside forces take away her fishing rights and pollute the lake. If you help a woman to buy the lake, she'll feed her family, keep the lake environmentally clean, and have something to pass on to future generations. It just makes sense to support women who are ready to buy that lake. May we each rise today and every day and be extraordinary. See everyone in 2020.